Hi everyone. Today I'm making for you quiche. I'm happy to be making broccoli quiche. And this is the pie crust that I made. I have a recipe for the pie crust on my apple pie video, which is on my YouTube channel. And if you don't want to make the crust, you could buy them pre-made, or they have the ones that are wrapped that you could bake, you could form it yourself. But I suggest you make this crust because it comes out really good. Well, with the quiche, you're gonna have to, it's called blind baking. Blind baking is you bake the crust before you put all the ingredients in, because sometimes if you don't blind bake, the bottom of the crust is really soggy. So this is how I blind bake. I put parchment paper. I buy these parchment papers. You can get them on Amazon. They come in sheets of 50 or 100. And then I have beans. That's because I don't have beans. Usually I use like kidney beans or dried lima beans.
They have to be dried.
Of course they have to be dried. And you line it up and you move the beads or the beans close to the edge so the pie crust doesn't shrivel up. Because if you don't put the beads in, the reason for the beans or the beads is that if you try to blind crust it without it, the crust sort of shrivels. Okay, so I'm going to put this in a 400-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. A preheated 400-degree oven. Okay. Alexa, put the timer on for 15 minutes. Modern. They love to make fun of me. In the meantime, you heat up some oil. I have about 3 tablespoons of oil. You can put whatever oil you like. I have canola in here, or peanut. I use canola or peanut oil. So make it heat up for a little bit. I'll be back when it's heated up and the
Crust.
pie crust may be up, may not. We'll see. Okay, so it's been about 3 or 4 minutes. The oil is heated up. I'm going to add the onion. This is a chopped onion, half a medium or a small onion.
It's a Vidalia.
A Vidalia, yeah, it is a Vidalia. Okay. A Vidalia. I love Vidalia onions, they're sweet. That's mainly what I use, unless they're out of season, in which case I use sweet onions. Okay, so the onions are sautéing, and I'm gonna put, this is about 1.5 cups of broccoli, or a small bunch. I got them small. My son went over it because he says I usually make them too big.
She makes big chunks, and then it's not dispersed evenly throughout whatever she's cooking. So I generally make them a little, so you get a little bit with every bite.
It's usually for the quiche or my pasta salad. My pasta salad, he does it.
Show me. The pasta salad, she makes the pieces of broccoli this big.
I don't make them that
And
big.
yes, you do.
Large. They're large.
And then you get broccoli with 12 bites of the pasta, and then it's just pasta left. And cheese.
Whatever.
It's delicious.
My pasta salad, yes, that's on my channel too. And I just want to request, please share my videos. That's the only way you get new subscribers. No, not the only way, but a very good way of getting new subscribers. I need more subscribers. So please share my videos.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please. And thank you. I'm going to get some salt. Okay, so what's going to happen here is, because it's on like a high flame, I don't like to use a lot of oil. This is not a dish that you're going to pour the oil into the quiche. So what I do is I take about 1/4 to 1/3 of chicken broth. So it cooks and it doesn't burn. Clever. All right, the crust is still going. We have about, I don't know, 5 minutes remaining. I'll come back when it's done. In the meantime, this will cook. I'll be back. Okay, so the broccoli and onions have cooked. I may have cooked them a twinge over. So what I'm going to do is take it and put it in the bowl. Better if you cool it off a little bit. It's been cooling off over there. Okay, cool off, cool off. So put the cream in. There's 1.5 cups of cream. You could use 1/2 and 1/2. If you don't want to use any, you could use milk. I like the cream because it gives it a creamy consistency. Okay, so mix it around so it cools it off a little bit. Then you can add the eggs.
4 scrambled.
4 eggs, yes. That's the director there. He's the director. This is 1.5 cups of Colby Jack. And this is baby Swiss. I usually use Jarlsberg, but it's the same thing. It's just the name brand, but it's a Swiss. Baby Swiss.
They didn't have Jarlsberg at the supermarket.
They didn't, no. So we used baby Swiss. You can add a little bit more salt and pepper if you like. I don't add the salt because all the cheese is salty enough. You can add pepper if you like, but my family doesn't like pepper. So I'm waiting for the crust to come out. I have a couple of minutes. What happened to the timer?
I don't know, you got about 2-3 minutes left.
I've got about 2-3 minutes left. And I'll put this in the shell and bake it. And I'll show you how I wrap it so that the crust doesn't burn. Oh, this is so delicious. I'll be back in a few minutes. Cool, can you set up the oven at 375?
Sure.
This silly oven, you gotta turn it off before you can turn it on. You can't just lower the heat. In the meantime, I'm taking out the beads. You have to cool them off. They're very hot.
The crust took 20 minutes, not 15.
Yes, more like 20. Anyway,
You said 375, right?
Be
Yes.
careful there, lady.
okay. Okay, here we go. We'll cool it off.
Put it right on the hot stove.
Hot,
Be careful.
hot.
Yes. Yes. Let
Last
me
one.
use the hand without the
Hot.
oven mitt on it.
No, she's not.
Okay. Now, since the crust is partially brown, if you have a pie, what do they call this?
Crust protector?
A pie crust protector. You would put it on after you put the stuffing in. But if you don't have one of these, what you would do is put it on aluminum foil, and after you pour it in, you just cover the edges so it doesn't burn. Okay? See, it will cover it and the pie crust
You
won't
do that
burn.
after you put the filling in.
Yes, after you put the filling in. Okay, so here's the filling. I also, you could use, I have substitutions. If you don't like broccoli, you could use,
Bacon.
well, you could have bacon, yeah, but you could also use zucchini or mushrooms or spinach, whatever you like. The bacon one is really good too.
Yeah, better than broccoli. They're both delicious. But
They are.
Who doesn't prefer bacon over broccoli?
Well, Well, I'm a vegetable person. My mother taught us to always eat our vegetables. We were brought up. I did it for them too.
Or she put your face in it.
I did it for them too. I cooked all kinds of vegetables when they were growing up. My grandson, my son Arthur used to love eggplant parmesan. He won't go near it now. What is it? Why did they change?
Because chicken parmesan's better.
Eggplant's too mushy.
Oh well. So I like to put this on in case there's any spillage. I do it with all my pies because you never know when it's going to bubble over. I'm not going to, well, you know what? I am going to put this on. And I'm going to put this on, and then about 15 minutes into it, when it's almost done, I'll take it off.
There's 15 minutes left, you mean?
Yes, when I have 15 minutes remaining.
So that's 45 minutes.
45, 375.
And a half hour in, you'll remove the crust cover.
Yes.
Which is a lot easier to remove that than it is this.
Yeah, well, you have to just put, if you're using the foil, you just push it back. You don't have to take it out.
Yeah.
You just push it back.
Fold it back.
Okay, so when the quiche is done, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to take it out. It's 40 minutes, not 45. It's perfect. Perfect. Ah, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? That's perfect. And by the way, look at the size of these artichokes. These are jumbo artichokes. I decided a few months ago, I only had artichokes when I was on holidays, Easter, Thanksgiving, what have you. And then I said, why should I wait for a holiday to enjoy an artichoke? So now, every 2-3 weeks, I make myself artichokes. And I have a video on that, by the way. They're delicious. And I just want to remind you again, don't forget to share my videos. Okay?
Yeah.
This is the end result. It's absolutely delicious, and I hope you try it.
You should let it sit for a half hour before you eat it.
Yes, you have to make it settle. At least 20 minutes, preferably a half hour. It's still hot, still warm. You don't want it to burn your mouth anyway. So until next time, have a great one tonight.